Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Chicago Bulls vs. Brooklyn Nets. In this Eastern Conference matchup, I'm backing the Chicago Bulls plus 2.5 points. While they're certainly capable of an outright win, taking the points here offers a conservative yet strategic play. The NBA is undeniably a star-driven league, and the Nets are currently missing that spark. While they have solid contributors, Brooklyn lacks a true go-to star, leaving them vulnerable against teams with high-powered players. Chicago, meanwhile, has the firepower in Zach LaVine, who's averaging 23 points per game, alongside Nikola Vucevic at 20.2 points, and emerging Kobe White contributing 19.0 points. This trio has been key to the Bulls' recent success, helping them win their last two games with an average of 114.0 points per contest. Facing Brooklyn's 25th ranked defense, which allows 115.3 points per 100 possessions, the Bulls should be able to maintain their offensive momentum and, at a minimum, cover the spread. Prediction: Chicago Bulls plus 2.5 points. As of Thursday night, the total line sits between 219.5 and 221 points. If you can get the total around 220 or higher, it's worth considering the under. The Bulls have surprisingly found a defensive identity this season, ranking 5th in the NBA by allowing just 105.9 points per 100 possessions. Against a Brooklyn team that plays at a slower tempo, 21st in pace with 101.4 possessions per game, and lacks a true offensive anchor, the Bulls' defense should have the edge. If Chicago can control the tempo and leverage their defensive strength, this game is primed to stay under the total line. Prediction: under 221 points. Los Angeles Lakers vs. Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors may not be lighting up the court, but they've been a reliable option for bettors, covering the spread in 4 of their 5 games. Their only miss: a blowout loss to Cleveland. Interestingly, the Lakers also stumbled against the Cavs, marking their sole failure to cover and leaving both teams with a 4-1 record against the spread. Health is a pivotal factor in this matchup. A full-strength Lakers squad with LeBron James and Anthony Davis would likely have the edge over a Raptors team missing Scottie Barnes. However, it's likely that both James and Davis will see limited minutes as the Lakers manage their playing time in a packed early season schedule. This gives Toronto an opportunity, especially if R.J. Barrett continues his strong return from injury. Barrett's shooting and offensive output could help Toronto exploit a Lakers defense that struggled to contain teams in the paint, an area where the Raptors excel, leading the league with an impressive 60.8 points per game. Prediction: Raptors plus 8.5 points. With a potentially depleted Lakers lineup and Toronto's strong form against the spread, taking the Raptors with the points looks like the smart play. Both the Lakers and Raptors have been strong offensively, averaging 115.8 and 116.0 points per game, respectively. However, Friday's game at Scotiabank Arena may be more subdued. Barnes' absence and potential limited minutes for LA's stars could dampen scoring output for both sides. Toronto plays with a quick pace, ranking 7th in the NBA with 106.8 possessions per game, but LA is slower at 20th with 103.9 possessions. This contrast in pace, coupled with lineup limitations, suggests that the total could stay lower than expected. Prediction: under 228.5 points. With key players either absent or on minute restrictions, expect a slower game with a tighter scoreline. Indiana Pacers vs. New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans enter Friday's matchup looking to break a 3-game losing streak, with recent struggles highlighted by defensive lapses and a rough performance in the paint against the Warriors. The Indiana Pacers, however, have excelled in their ability to control the paint, recently putting on an impressive show against Boston by aggressively attacking the rim and converting in close range. This downhill style of play could once again be a difference-maker for Indiana, particularly against a New Orleans defense currently ranked 19th in opponent field goal percentage. The Pacers' edge also lies in their ability to put points on the board through their star, Pascal Siakam, who has proven to be a consistent scorer capable of creating shots when needed. Against a Pelicans team struggling to defend consistently, Siakam's presence could shift the momentum in favor of Indiana. Prediction: Indiana Pacers minus 3.5 points. With their paint dominance and New Orleans' defensive struggles, Indiana should cover the spread here. In terms of scoring, the under looks promising for this matchup. Both teams have shown a slower pace in recent games, with New Orleans currently playing at the third slowest pace in the league, and Indiana ranked 17th. This tempo, combined with the Pelicans' poor shooting efficiency, points to a lower scoring affair. Indiana's road games have also leaned toward the under, with a 2-1 record in those matchups. Prediction: under 234.5 points. Expect a grinded-out style of game with fewer possessions, making the under a solid bet for Friday's showdown. Denver Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have held their ground against the Nuggets at home, going 6-4 in their last 10 meetings. This could be a prime opportunity for Minnesota to exploit Denver's defensive struggles early this season. The Timberwolves have been strong defensively, giving them the upper hand to potentially disrupt the Nuggets' potent offense, which might be slowed down by Minnesota's disciplined approach on defense. With a home court edge and a solid defensive start, the Timberwolves could keep this one tight, making a compelling case for the home team. Prediction: take the Timberwolves on the money line. Given the defensive momentum Minnesota brings, they have the tools to pull off a win here. As for the total, there's strong reason to look toward the over. The Nuggets have consistently hit overs on the road, with a 2-0 record this season, and in their last 10 road games against the Timberwolves, they have a 7-3 over record. When factoring in the offensive and defensive averages for both teams, along with their shared pace of 104.7 possessions per game, we arrive at a projected total of around 248 points, well above the listed over-under. Prediction: over 237 points. Expect a high-scoring matchup as both teams push the tempo and exploit scoring opportunities. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Portland Trail Blazers. The Oklahoma City Thunder are entering Friday's game as one of the hottest teams in the league, with a stellar start that's seen them dominate opponents by an average margin of 17.5 points. Their defense has been nothing short of elite, holding opponents to just 94.8 points per game, one of the lowest in the league. With defensive aces like Alex Caruso and Lou Dort, OKC has built a formidable wall that makes it tough for any team to break through, and the Trail Blazers may struggle to keep pace given their limited offensive firepower. Portland scoring woes, with only Anthony Simons averaging 20 points, further highlights the mismatch, as they're currently near the bottom in points per game as a team. Prediction: take OKC minus 10.5 points. The Thunder's consistency in covering spreads and their defensive dominance position them as a strong choice to cover on the road against a Portland team lacking offensive depth. Looking at the total, this game leans strongly toward the under. OKC's suffocating defense has led to low-scoring matchups across the board, with only one of their games exceeding 209 total points this season. Portland, while not elite offensively, has shown respectable defensive capability, ranking in the top half of the league. This, combined with their limited offensive output, suggests a slower-paced, low-scoring affair. Prediction: under 223.5 points. Expect both teams to lock down on defense, making it difficult for this game to reach the set total.